Right, so I'm just leaving the Molino de Inca, which is Inca Mills, and this is a local council owned park. It's €3 in, it's just there, and yeah, it's quite nice. It has little Japanese gardens in there as well, which was unfortunately closed today, but it's a nice little park to wander around, sit down in the shade. There's a little museum with the little models that start up, and you can learn about the milling process. Torremolinos, which are on the outskirts of, Molinos means mill, and Torremolinos. So Torremolinos is named, this is a milling area. There are parks, there are creeks and little water, natural springs here, which is why this area was originally a milling sort of area. So yeah, well worth a little look into it. That's it there. It's besides, there is a sort of a park for picnicking and stuff up here on the right, and there's obviously a power station for the train system just there to the left. But yeah, so there is a park you can picnic in and all that sort of activities. I've never been into it, and in fact that was the first time I was at the mill myself, museum. So today is Saturday, that's why there's a lot of people out. The Spanish people tend to congregate in family groups on the weekends. You can see there's a party and everything happening over there on the beach in the summer, and then in these sort of parks and that during the winter. There is you can see there's a water park which is currently closed because of the drought restrictions, which is a pity. And that is, we're at the top of sort of just Torremolinos at the moment. There is a crocodile park which is just here. It's quite small. I've never been in it, so I don't really know what it's like. It's a bit pricey. It's €17 in. There is a zoo in Fuengirola. I don't know if that's any better or not. I've never really been to this area before, so oh, this is a different way. I found a much quicker way down to the road than the way the sat-nav brought me to it. So we will drop down here around this roundabout. This is a signal controlled roundabout. What we will probably do is we'll drop down to the port. So that's over there to the left is Torremolinos area. If you've ever stayed in the Costa del Sol, chances are you probably stayed in one of three places, and one of them being Torremolinos, Benalmádena and Fuengirola. So this is Torremolinos. They're all, I was very surprised the first time I sort of came out this way. They're all very close to each other. I had always thought they were sort of like quite far apart, different parts of Spain, let alone all in walking distance of each other. I suppose it makes sense when the late 60s, when Spain started opening up, when Franco started relaxing restrictions and opened up tourism, and that they all sort of started into one area and moved along. So just below us to the left is the Sicañas, the commuter light rail system, which is very good value. At the moment it's actually free. You pay €10, and if you do more than 16 trips in a 4-month period, you get your €10 back. It's a state-led spot reduction of to try and get people out of their cars and using public transport. It's working quite well. It's been running for a year and a bit, and it's costing them billions. And it's not just on our Sicañas. There's loads of other rail initiatives for commuters. Okay, we're going to swing down here to the left, to the right even. And this brings us down to this road we're going on down, brings us down to the coast. So as I was saying, yeah, if you've ever sort of come out here, you probably ended up on one of these tourist areas. That white building there now was only built, I remember that was being built in 2019, and just blocked all the people and the lower floors of the building behind, which was lovely if you were living there. So the flashing, just in case you're wondering there, the flashing amber lights is a yield. You'll often see them if we're turning right or whatever. We're coming up to now the infamous 24-hour square, which is a small little area where there are some bars and that, and it's a very area that attracts hen parties, stag parties, all that sort of nightlife activity. The port is down to the left there. The hotel there that's to the left is being built, or it's not being built, that has been a huge refurbishment for the last couple of years, just at the end of COVID. It's a very famous hotel. It's one of the first along the Costa del Sol when tourism opened, and I can't remember the name of it. It'll come back to me in a minute. I want to say the Trident. It's not the Trident. Called. Yeah, it's one of the original hotels along here. Coming up to a little conclave of Irish bars. There's a very good bar here, very well known, Malarkey's. That's it there. It doesn't open for another couple of days, and they have some great live music and bands in there all week long. And this is the Windmill Roundabout, as it's known, and it has all these little windmilly things on it. Down to the left there, which you can't see behind those buildings, is a famous walk that brings you all the way from Torremolinos and that, and it's a lovely walk. Obviously we can't drive down it, well, not legally anyway. We're going up to the right here, past Paloma, which is Pigeon Park. Paloma is one of those words in Spanish sounds. It's really cool. It's translated, it's really basic. So yeah, Paloma, as in Paloma Faith the singer, which is pigeon. And Rio Grande is another one. Rio Grande just means big river. Oh, police ahead. I'm actually going to go up through the Bonanza area. So this is a very tourist area here, and it has a lot of bars that open very late. There's never really too much trouble. There's a very heavy police presence around. It was ridiculously popular before COVID, but since COVID it really hasn't gained back the momentum that it had. A lot of the bars that moved out. That's Dex Irish, it's also owned by the Costa Del Sol. There is a fabulously excellent drag show here called Manelli's. I think we've just gone past it. Or we haven't come to it yet. It's really good fun if you're ever looking for something a bit different. Yeah, it's just up here actually. A lot of these buildings look the same. So that's it there, Manelli's. That's a good night, and it's a lovely sort of little quirky small club. It holds about 45 people. You have to book in advance if you want to go to it, but it's well worth it. I would definitely recommend it. And the show changes. I've been to it twice now. Once with someone for their birthday, and just once just on spec. So a lot of cars indicating I'm doing what it's doing when we got a green light there. But anyway, cagers, who knows what goes on in their brain. So we're coming into Arroyo. Arroyo will be busy enough today. This is the commercial part. A lot of people live here. There's a lot of businesses here, and it is named after Arroyo. This means it's Arroyo De Miel, which is honey stream. Arroyo just means stream. It's St. Patrick's Day festivities are happening here tomorrow. Today being the 16th of March. Spanish cars will be in any lane they want to be in roundabouts over here. There is no semblance of what lanes to be in. It's just one of those things. It does actually make you be very cautious on roundabouts, which is no harm because there's zebra crossings at all over roundabouts as well, so you need to sort of be very careful on them. So we're into Arroyo. There's the train station, it's straight ahead, and that goes from the airport. It's the light rail, as I was saying earlier. Tivoli Gardens, which is now closed, never survived COVID, which was a theme park owned by the Tivoli Gardens in Amsterdam, and it had been in trouble for many years prior to COVID, but COVID really just saw the death of it. I think they didn't really invest in a lot of the rides and that over the years. And this is up there is the cable cars that go up the mountain. They've only just started running back. They were closed down for, I presume, manual maintenance and that. if you ever are doing them, they're pricey enough. They're 17 or 18 euros per person, but usually the local McDonald's and a lot of the tourist offices have discounts, 50% off, so we can pick up some of them. It's well worth it, saving it. There is a, oh yeah, I mentioned it one of the other videos, there is a bird show that they have periodically throughout the day up there. You can time it for that, it's quite good. That's it. One thing which is really nice about biking over here is that it is a much friendlier country for biking, and I don't just mean that because of the weather, which is, yeah, brilliant, but the rules for licenses are a bit more relaxed than in other EU countries. For example, anybody can, not anybody, but a B license lets you drive up to an A1 class of motorbike, which is, as far as I know, certainly in Ireland, that's not, you can't need it, you need an A1 license. So that means motorbikes are much more widely used. You can see even on that there's a lot more bikers on the road, and not just recreational sort of bikers. There is a lot of bikes that will be on the roads. From 50 cc's to big 2-liter bikes. So biking is very much more popular. People do it as a way of means getting to and from work and to and from places. And because there's so many people have motorbikes, it means that most people who are in cars also drive motorbikes, which is, needless to say, huge benefit for people and observance. And you know, like that man would, you know, proactively moved out of the way, and people in cars really don't have the disdain that they might do for people on bikes back home. Back home, I mean Ireland. The other thing as well is these roads that I'm on now, this sort of road, I could have gone from Torremolinos to home via motorway, and a lot of the roads are duplicated up with motorway access, so you don't need to, it's not like there's only one road and you know, everybody's using it. What's this clown now doing? That's the motorway up there, you can see going across the little gorge. It actually can be very windy on a bike up there, as you can imagine. Building to the right here is the old bullfighting ring. I think it'd be a cool venue for concerts and stuff. And now we're coming into the village of Ballymena, where most of my trips are going to start or finish from, because it's where I'm living. There's a nice bakery there, and it looks, it's a Scandinavian style bakery. And you can sit out the back, have your pastries, and look at a fabulous view to the Mediterranean. That bus that's there, Mias Torremolinos, that's the bus that on my last trip I was trying to get in front of, or I was trying to leave before it left because I didn't want to be stuck behind the bus filming on the way back. So we are in Arroyo, no we're not in Arroyo, we're in Benimantén Pueblo, and Benimantén Pueblo is still predominantly Spanish, which is great. There's a lot of Spanish businesses and that around here. This is a good little bar here, Bar La Prada. And yeah, it's very Spanish and it's very nice, and I've taken a trip down behind those buildings there to the left before. So that's the town hall and the police station where that's joined by that brass catwalk. And we are green for go. I'm going to swing down here to the left. Again. So we're going around little old town. That's all of these little streets here to the left. Looks like a VMAX. And we are back. So again, hope you like that. Do the usual, like, subscribe, suggestions in the comments in general, greatly appreciated. Thank you.